things I've done.
And welcome to Best Denver Psychic. Happy Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, right?
It is. It is Wednesday. Yeah.
I'm having a hard time tracking, quite frankly.
It's tough. Hey, welcome in, man. We are Best Denver Psychic. It is Gina's show, and she is Best Denver Psychic indeed.
Hey, you can't get it right if it's not true.
That's right.
BestDenverPsychic.com. Hello.
Indeed. Yes, indeed. And hello, Gina. Hi.
How are you, Steve?
Welcome on in.
You doing okay?
I'm doing okay. I'm trying to wake up, you know.
I know, man. It's moving fast, right?
Yeah, this is a quick year, man. I can't believe it. We're episode 21.
21?
Wow.
Shut up.
Wow, I can't believe we've done 21 episodes.
I cannot believe we've done.
That's
hey,
insane.
high five.
Yeah. And we did promise better content and better guests. Well, not better guests, but, you know, more guests.
But we're doing our part.
More variety, variety of guests.
It's getting good. The show's getting good. We just got, well, it was always awesome, but we just got, Steve, don't let that sparkling water.
Yeah. We're doing a drug.
We're doing a drug and
show.
caffeine free and sugar free.
It's not a lifestyle thing. It's just money.
Yeah, so. It's just where we find ourselves. Thanks for the sparkly part.
Yeah, it's all good.
And we got picked up by another station, Salty Talk Radio.
Salty Talk Radio. Salty, we're so very happy to be on
Salty,
the network as well.
Thank you. I'm so happy.
Yes, indeed. So
if you want to add a little salt to your life, be sure you catch Salty on the, let's see, he's got the weekend warm-up.
That's right.
And Tune Time.
That's right.
And Tune Time is all requests.
Yeah, it's just a fun show that he likes to put together and throw some music out there and have a good time.
And I know I have here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from 4 to 10 Eastern time, but I thought Tune In was on Saturday.
That's Salty. That's Salty Talk Radio. What do you mean tuned in?
The tune in time, I sure thought
Tune time is the Friday. It's the Friday.
Is it on
show.
Friday?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why. For some reason, I had it in my head. It was on Saturday, but I see I have the correct information here.
It's kind of like a kickoff into the weekend.
Nice.
So,
and of course, Salty Talk Live, which I think is on Tuesday.
Yeah. And, he does actually Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, I think.
Yeah.
And Friday, too, as well.
I think it's on like every day.
Yeah. He's on almost every day.
He's doing good. So, and he's got a great lineup. He's got our buddy Wayne from the Chocolate Drop. Catch Wayne. Hi, Wayne. Yeah. And Dr. King, the Ultimate Vitality. And the Musical Joe and Buzzard Block. Buzzy. I love that name.
Okay, where are you getting all this stuff?
From saltytalkradio.com.
Yeah, the Buzzard Block. Yeah. You know what the Buzzard Block is? It's just songs that are real mainstream. And,
nice.
Just Boston, just your basic, classic, boring, classic Jurassic Rock.
Listen, Jurassic Rock. I love Jurassic Rock.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, that's what I jam to when I'm jamming to the radio on my ukulele.
It's all
the B side. I'd love to see that one. I'm assuming that's all the unhits.
Right.
From people, the B-side hits. I like that.
Great music. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, some of the best songs.
I'm not sure if Joe
B-side.
puts that show on anymore, but that was a show that our buddy Joe Lewis used to put on with a couple of guys. And
it's there. Stuff. It's playing every week.
Well, hopefully they're.
And of course my friend Frieza Block.
Yeah, he wants to talk about putting me on too as well.
Sweet.
So I'm excited about that.
I think you're on.
We're excited about it. No, that's for sure though. And check out my show again tomorrow. The Frieza Block Show, milehighunderground.com, 5:00 to 7. If you're a band and you want to just drop on in, come on in tomorrow because I don't have anybody planned.
I thought it was Slow Caves. No,
not until next week. That they're coming on the 22nd. So. Yes.
Okay.
But let's talk about this show. Very excited to have the special guest that we're going to be having on. It is Frank Castle.
Yes.
And he is a musician, hip hop artist from the old school. He used to be signed with Def Jam and the whole deal. Kind of, took it upon himself to say, F a record deal. We're going to do this our way and do it the way we want to do it. And they haven't been stopping ever since. But we're really not going to talk to him too much about his musical. His music.
But you can go to iTunes. I just want to say and download the Conspiracy Invincible Superpowers. If you go to Rhapsody.com, there's all his cool singles songs, and EPs and so
good stuff from him. But tonight we're going to be definitely talking about the other part of his life. the DMT, the ayahuasca, the
shamanism,
the openness of his spirituality. So we're very excited to talk about a lot of that kind of stuff, as we like to talk about things that are outside of the realm of the norm.
Absolutely.
In the world.
Yes. Yes. Well, and I work with a lot of shamans. I mean, I come in contact with a lot of shamans. And so he seems like the real deal.
Yeah.
Not that all shamans aren't the real deal, but everybody's at a different kind of level of.
And he'll explain to us exactly what level he's at and the whole deal. So I'm excited again about that. Folks that will know, check out our YouTube channel. It is on the Freeze a Block channel. And Best Denver Psychic. I think we have all 20 episodes on there. You want to check those out.
21.
Yep.
Hooray for you if you're catching us live too. You'll be catching the mistakes before anyone else.
That's right. That's right. And feel free to leave a comment. If you agree with us, you don't agree with us, you think we're full of shit, whatever. I don't care. It's we lost as long as you want to try to pay attention and give us a little bit of feedback one way or the other.
Absolutely.
That is all good.
And if you want to call the show with encouragement, hair tips, questions, you can call us at 303-482-5490. You can also email me at gina@bestdenverpsychic.com, but I don't get it while I'm on the radio.
That's right.
I can't check my email and do all that.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
Unplugged.
She's got all week. This is her job.
Gina
She
unplugged.
does. And she does this all week. So
all week. Full time. It's my thing. I am Best Denver Psychic.
Indeed. There we go.
For sure. So what do you hear? I was so remiss in my duties. I saw this great article about some kind of the rise in ritual killings and something.
Oh,
and
wow.
Did you see the one about the albino girl who was hurt because they were they were trying to harvest her limbs for special rituals?
No, I haven't. Sorry. I wasn't looking at that.
They put what?
Section.
I know. You don't have something better to do all day, Steve. So, they and apparently they've rounded up a lot of albinos in Africa and put them in a safe place. Because the body parts and whatnot are considered magical. Isn't that terrible?
The things that people consider.
Isn't that terrible?
Things are
magical.
Really a trip.
So I'm anxious to talk about the ayahuasca and talk to Frank Castle about all the stuff that he's doing. I'm really interested in shamanism, and I'm
also interested in how he kind of fell into doing this. Some of the folks that he's met along the way, and just basically the journey that he's taking and in the middle of right now, when it comes to self-actualization, spirituality, and the like. So, we're going to get deep with Frank Castle.
And I want some advice.
Be pretty kick-ass.
And we're going to be hearing all that very shortly. You're just on the other side of the break, I hope. Right?
Sure. As soon as
you never know.
This thing potted up,
we do have the 21B hanging out there. That's the show without the sound.
That's right. That there is one out there.
There is the lip readers episode.
I do have
Feel
that
free.
In the file, but hey, that's the deal.
One of these days we'll play it and comment on our own show.
That's right. So go ahead.
We'll be right back with you, Best Denver Psychic, here on the Freeze a Block Radio Network.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
You're tuned in to the Freeze a Block Network. You're tuned in to the Freeze a Block Network. It's all right. Free speech. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Summer days on the lake, fireworks, 4th of July, slowing down on the front corner street. I see you on your bike. We would dance in the hall. I held your hand, such a smile. Time will heal. People say I'll be fine. 10 years gone. She looks like someone else. Cries like someone else. She smiles like someone else. Feels like someone else. Why can't I go on and love again without you haunting me and everything that I do? Am I waiting for that someone else just like you? Snowing down Front Close Street, I see you on your bike. We could dance in the hall. I held your hand, such a smile. She looks like someone else, cries like someone else. She smiles like someone else, feels like someone else. Why can't I go on and love again without you haunting me and everything that I do? Am I waiting for that someone else just like you? Summer days on the lake, fireworks, 4th of July, time will heal. People say I'll be fine. 10 years gone. She looks like someone else, cries like someone else. She smiles like someone else, feels like someone else. Why can't I go on and love again without you haunting me and everything that I do? Am I waiting for that someone else just like you? Why can't I go on and love again without you haunting me and everything that I do? just like you.
Hi, this is Gina, Best Denver Psychic. Join me and my producer Steve on Wednesdays at 8 o'clock. I'm not just some jobber housewife. I'm a psychic medium and clinical forensic hypnotist.
Oh, dang, a little slow.
That's
Welcome back, Best Denver Psychic. I'm your host, Gina, psychic.
All right.
And what else am I?
And what
psychic
are you?
Medium, clinical forensic hypnotist, and all around good girl.
That's right. All around great gal. That's right.
Awesome.
Indeed.
And we have Frank Castle with us. Frank, you there?
I'm here.
All right, man. Good to have you on, man. Frank, we haven't talked in a while, man. It's good to talk to you. You know, I've gotten a hold of you through various different means of media, and we came to be kind of, I guess, friendly. So I don't know. Would you say you're my friend, buddy?
I think you could say we're friends at this point, my brother.
All right, man. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. We normally would be talking about your musical career and all that kind of stuff, but we're going to gloss over that kind of lightly a little bit right now, if you don't mind, man, because this is a little bit of a different kind of a show. But let's talk about your stuff real quick. Heist Click. And of course, musical group that I guess you formed back in the late 80s, right? And have been kind of going on since then, right?
Well, we were like mid 90s.
Right. Okay.
But I was doing music. I was doing music like rock music, you know, prior to that. And I kind of made a transformation over. And by 98, we were out there just, I mean, it was exactly what was needed at the time, but at the same time the internet came out, so we were still going for that, oh, we need to get signed, and didn't really know how to use the internet to make it work just as well as we do now.
Well, and I just can't imagine like being a spiritual person or having that unmet need. I guess you were saying on the break, we'll get to all that, but man, what was the music scene in Bronx like? Trying to become more enlightened. I just can't imagine. Well, I can imagine.
The best way to say it is that hip hop music comes from that background of like
indigenous,
the government holding you down, the man holding you down, rebellion. Yeah, it's party too, but when it first started, it was pretty much about real life. You know, but how you're getting by and making it happen. So this truth and knowledge comes out from the elders to us, from us to the new guys. You know, it's kind of like the old way to tell stories. We're just telling them through music. People, you would sit around at the campfire and tell the stories. You know, American Indians would just sing by the fire the stories of his before him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically what we're doing. We're doing our perception of that. Like, hey, check us out. And it was real, and it was good, and it wasn't what everyone was expecting from the time. You know, everybody wants to be someone else, but when you're yourself, you bring something special to the table. You're not trying to do anything. You're just you. So the music was enough to push the boundaries. You know, it's political in terms of liberty, freedom. Sometimes it always has that rebellious cause, but I'm not going to shove it down your throat. And if I do, it's going to be to the point, and it'll be cool enough to bump. So you won't have me just screaming in your ear, F this one or F that one. You know, you'll get the point. But I'm here to make good music. This is my feelings coming out onto the table.
Do you feel like the music helped you, or your experience as a musician helped you kind of come out as yourself?
Yeah. If I didn't have music, I might have been... I don't like getting into my past. It gets a little dark at times, but without the music, it could have easily stayed dark.
Right.
Not that I was a bad person. It's just, you're in the Bronx, you're in it. I walk to the store. I see all the people that are living in this giant area all the time. They just walk by you all day long. There's really no privacy here.
And well, I think it's very easy to pick up on low vibrating people, almost more so.
Oh, yeah, if you're an empath, you're picking that up all day.
Did some of those same people kind of follow you? What, you know, once you had your awakening, which I definitely want you to talk about, or your enlightenment, or whatever term you're using for that. Did some of the people from the neighborhood come along with that, or did that cost you some relationships?
Oh, everything changed. I finally get ahead in the game. We're just going to fast forward the entire career and just say Frank was growing up, always had, I saw a ghost, I saw a UFO, I was involved in something that had missing time involved when I was a child, and my mother remembers it. My dead uncle came to visit me one night during a dream, and when I woke up, he was in the room with me. These things happen prior to anything. But I'm in the Bronx, right? You talk about this stuff, it's a conspiracy, you're an alien nut. Oh, this guy believes that little green men float around. So you have to watch what you say, but being myself, why would I watch what I'm saying? I'm not being politically incorrect in any way. As a matter of fact, I don't really give a crap what goes on over there. I have what I like, and I bring it to the table. If you don't like it, you could always, you know, switch that off. But my connection was strong in terms of, I lost my religion a long time ago.
What religion was that, by the way?
It was Catholic. I grew up Catholic. The nuns beat the garbage out of me for 15 years of my life at least. But at the same time, that made me understand that it was a system of control. I don't even know if these stories are real. I just know they ring true with truths, right? How do I know? It's just written in some book that it wasn't even put into book form until 600 to 1,000 years later. So who even knows what any, you know, we play telephone around 8 people on a table and it comes back different.
Right.
And now you're telling me that there's all this stuff going on, but I'm the weirdo who believes in possible technology that comes from other planets.
Well, and there's a lot of people that I know in my business, that, and yours too, I'm sure, that really believed or were treated for mental health problems when they started to, I don't know, come out of the broom closet, I guess you can say, or whatever, you know, starting to have spiritual experiences, beginning to, you know, remote view or whatever that is. So that makes me feel better that you had some trouble too. Now I feel like we're on the same journey.
Trouble. Let me just break it down real quick. Now, I'm on the highlight of my career. The group is changed 5 times. I've lost more people to the typical what happens in rap groups, and then families, and now it's me and my buddy from Canada, and we're about to hit the road. But first stop, Denver. I'm going to meet you and fly out there. So now, one of my friends, who is Chris Gio from Truth Frequency Radio, he invites me to stay with him when I couldn't get a hotel room in his area. Somehow there were hotels everywhere, but I couldn't get a room for 4 days. So he said, you're staying with me. Now, this is where it gets kooky. He told me immediately that we're going to be going and having an ayahuasca experience and possibly DMT, possibly whatever, shamanic stuff. Now, I was not into that. Did not really know too much about anything. I know something more goes on outside of what my religion taught me. I just don't think it's a guy that wants me to kill my firstborn son and drink his blood and bring forth the monster that's pissed off, that destroys Egyptians and people and Jews. I'm not into that. I know something's going on, though, because we're being lied to exponentially across the board. So, like my grandfather used to say, it's all bullshit. Once you realize it's all bullshit, the truth comes out. And that's coming from a very old school guy. He's like 88 years old now. And he's seen it happen twice. So now here we are at the lip of this experience. And I'm like, well, how do you know I even want to do this? Well, he goes, didn't you, get injured? And didn't you mention you were going to go to Peru when you got back from going on tour? I says, well, I don't have the money for that. I'm just going to try. I try to go where my music takes me. To spend $3,000 to go sit in the jungle with ants and shitting in holes in the floor with people trying to rob me.
Right.
I don't know any Spanish. Like, they'll just look at me. I'm super Italian. They'll go, oh, this guy is from the Bronx. What is his problem? But now the joke came across that night when I was sitting with them. They said to me, finally, you're here. There were 8 other people in the room, or there was 8 of us all together. And they said, well, we smoked a week and a half ago. And it said that you were coming and that you had to go through this process because you needed it. I said, so I never really did tell you that I was going to go to Peru. And he's like, no, it told us, but then how do I tell my buddy who I'm meeting for the first time, but I know you for 4 years, that I smoked this thing and I met a deity of some sort that explained to me that you will be waking a shaman in the next few weeks. He will be coming to stay with you and you must do this. So I wind up at his place 5 days before the tour starts. So everything I needed, I was injured really bad. I had a bad back injury. I was taking pills and I didn't want to take pills. That had just started. I was losing my relationship at the time. There was just bad across the board, but my career was going. So they said to me, hey, we're going to do this. So I took it very seriously, right? But I really didn't know what I was getting into. I was thinking what Joe Rogan was talking about, dancing elves, you know, seeing a few things or whatever. Well, there was a lot of priority put on to me doing this. So I sat down, I did the 1 hit, the 2 hit, and then I said, I'm done. There's an energy wall of energy in front of me opening like a stargate. And I feel like I'm about to be pushed through it. And then something etherically in a giant loud voice said, take the 3rd hit. I knew nothing about McKenna, guys. Nothing. I knew nothing, period. I knew aliens and UFOs, government conspiracies. But I knew there was more. Spirituality, it's 50% of what we are as a human being is a spirit. So there's so much more happening outside of your 5 senses. Well, Frank didn't know any of this. He just smoked a lot of pot, tried to get over life being so difficult, but now he's on tour. Yay. So this is where I'm at. I take that 3rd hit, and I am immediately rocketed out of my body, forgot that I was even breathing. I was literally a mass removed from my body of energy. My essence was taken out and shot through some kind of membrane that was multicolored. It's what the chrysanthemums they talk about. And when I got to the other side, I had the ability instantly to speak to anyone I wanted to talk to, but between me almost shitting myself 500 times in the hour and a half, which they say it lasts 20 minutes, 15 minutes. That's what they told me. And it lasted an hour and 45 minutes almost. And they were all freaking out. They started recording me because I thought I started channeling. I didn't know what channeling was, guys. I stood up and I started talking to everyone and they were like, what the fuck is this? So it was showing me different characters, and I said, well, who can I talk to? Apparently everyone's here, right? I want to talk to the top 5. I want the guys
way to go to the top, Frank.
Yeah, no, I wasn't sitting with the demons because things look so cartoonishly weird to me and foreign that I said, I don't know what this is, but when that cartoon face over there stares at me, there's a consciousness behind it, and it knows that I'm like, holy shit, look at you. And I don't know how it's doing that. And then I realized you're speaking and your mouth's not moving. So they're like, look, man, you're out of your body. We need to explain to you who you are because that's why you're here. And I said, really? That's why I'm here? I thought I came to get healed. They said, yeah, that's all part of the program. I said, what program is this? I said, who am I? And they said, we're going to let someone explain that to you that you've been wanting to talk to. And I went into, it was like ascending into white light, pure white light. I seen a connection from my head. It was like a cord of some kind already attached to it. And I just floated up to it. And I was sitting there waiting in white light, like, okay, what's happening next? And then I felt it. And it was more love than I could explain. And the word love isn't enough to explain this feeling. It was head to toe, infinite love. And I instantly started crying. Now, I wasn't even in my body, and I was crying. And I was in astonishment, so to speak. And I said, whoa, what is this? And then I went, it's you. And then he was like, I say he because he appeared masculine to me, but he is everything, and it is also a she. They don't like he, she. They like, I go, I can't call you it. And they said, no, I'm the creator. It is me. And then I said, well, we're going to have a talk, buddy, because you've left us all behind. I see what's going on, and you're not that you're letting it happen. You're taking a back seat. And he was like, hold on a second. So you came up here and thought that I left you.
All right.
So
hey, Frank, we're going to have to catch you on the other side of that. Don't forget where you were. You're listening to Frank Castle on Best Denver Psychic here on the Frieza Block Radio Network. Join us on the other side, and we continue to talk to Frank about his shamanistic experiences. And it's an exciting episode. Don't miss it. Coming back at you after this quick break.
Mom? Juice. Mommy, why are we going to the store? Mom, I want juice. Mom, juice. Mommy, Mom.
Your child will have different needs at different stages of life, and that includes the car seat. That's right, the car seat. A car seat isn't one size fits all. You have to have the right seat based on your child's age, weight, and height. See, car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. But there's a website that gives you all the information you need. safercar.gov/the right seat. You'll find out about types of seats, when to have a seat rear-facing, when to switch it to forward-facing, when it's time for a booster seat, and when it's time for your child to ride in the back seat with a seatbelt. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. Go to safercar.gov/the right seat. That's safercar.gov/the right seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
All right. Welcome back. Best Denver Psychic. I'm your host, Gina. We're here with Frank Castle. Hey, Frank, you were just telling us about that moment when you were in front of this huge presence. And I just want to say that when you talked about the cartoonish look that it had, that is so, I just hope people are listening if they wonder what it looks like when you see spirits, because for whatever reason, it's very cartoonish. Do you find that
I could explain why that is? It's basic, but when they taught me what they were, and I was like, oh my God, that's it. No wonder why you look like that. It's because of where we are and the energy that you're made of, and the fact that when we look at you and focus, and we get a little scared of you, you appear more scarier. But if we're not afraid, you appear more timid.
Oh, nice.
Wow,
yeah,
that's
it becomes a creator issue. Well, before we get to that, I was sitting with the creator, and I said, you left us all behind to these monsters, right? Not even for me, for the people. I don't have a wife. I don't have kids by choice. And I'm not out there doing screwed up things. I have nothing to repent. And he said, hold on. I don't want you bowing, kneeling, repenting. I'm not here to judge you. Do you feel the love? I said, yes. He goes, but you're still arguing points with me, and I have to show you. I can't tell you. And I says, all right, well, this is a lot. And, it's really, I was sad because this was a sad moment. Like, I had the creator in front of me. He was just a giant thing of light that I was bathing in it. He said, okay, they left me to show you. So do you know who you are? I said, I am Frank. And he said, no. He goes, you are the creator. You are the man who walks in all worlds. Do you understand what that is? And I said, no, I have no clue what you're talking about. He pulled out a mirror. And he showed me a reflection of myself. And when I mean, it was by far the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. That I was that. But it was him. But it was me.
That it was the coolest thing you'd ever seen, the mirror when it pulled out, or you in the mirror?
My reflection in the mirror.
Your reflection in the mirror.
My visual of myself was the most high of the most high. I don't know how to explain that without being religious, because there's nothing religious about this.
Right.
You are a piece of light that comes directly from the creator. He chooses to say that you are the creator. Others will say that, yes, you're co-creators. But I say yes because you're multiples, but they don't want you calling yourself co. They want you to call yourself creator, but they don't want you to get satanic with it and call yourself God. Do you see how that works? God denotes someone standing over you that wants you to bow, kneel, pray, all this forgiveness nonsense. I was in the light with the main guy, so to speak, and where we're from. And when I looked down, I saw how we were all connected. You're the light. I'm the light. There's nothing different except our human suits and the experiences that we take back when we're done. And I said, well, so you're not going to come at me with, oh, you didn't go to church. And he's like, I never want you to step foot in a church again. He goes, the church is you. You're the church. He goes, do you understand what now? I called you the creator, but do you understand what is behind that? I said, I want to meet Jesus. I want to meet him. They said, no. There's no Jesus for you to meet except the Jesus within you. And it's not Jesus, it's the Christ consciousness. So you remove Jesus, and you put Christ consciousness in there. That is the white energy, the white light from the other side that fills the pie on the yin yang, that fills your body and animates your avatar.
Mm-hmm.
You are him, he is you. He said to me, now that we know this, why are you not doing what you're supposed to be doing? And I said, well, what am I supposed to be doing? I came here to see you.
Yeah, right. You tell me.
I thought I was going to see I was going to see Smurfs or something, and now I'm seeing God. And then he goes, no, not God, the creator. But you're not to address me as anything but respectful, as if you would address yourself. So addressing yourself, being like of sound mind and thought, you address me, I will be higher, you will be higher. If you address me in a lower form, it will appear as astonishment to you because you're not doing your job, thus making me an external entity that is taking your power, such as, people hate when I go here, but I'm going to go here. There's an energy and a force, some would call it satanic energy, that kind of leaks into this whole mess. And you say, what is that? Well, I would tell you that it's a God from the Old Testament who needs you to bow, to kneel, to pray, to give your energy to this demiurge that resides in only the fourth density of that wonderful pyramid on the back of your $1 bill. He's only on the fourth layer. He's right out of what you can perceive. And if he does appear or decides to in any strange way, shape, or form, it's always something biblical, something happens that's not so good for people. And I started saying, well, who's he? If that's not you, then who's that? And he said, that is what you make. That is the whisper in your ear that tells you that it's okay to, I don't know, kick in the window when you come out of the bar and you're drunk because your girlfriend left early and fuck this window and I'm just going to punch it. That's that. It just goes by the name, many different names. Some people call it Yahweh, right? People get mad at me when I say that. I said, do you know your true history? You know, we only know what they tell us. The seeker of truth finds the truth and speaks it out loud, and it resonates as truth. This isn't about Frank Castle. It's not about Frank at all. This is Frank's adventure, but everyone is a hero in their own movie. So your adventure starts when you start your adventure. You wake up in the morning, you start it. You don't need DMT and ayahuasca in your life to do this. You could have a good, healthy start by, like, let's say, not drinking sodas and not taking, you know, horrible prescription pills and becoming an addict and stealing from your mother. You can have a shot of vodka if you don't have 20. See, everything is within reason. When you drink alcohol, right, and it's legal everywhere, we all know it's the gateway drug. If you don't, then you're part of the problem. Alcohol is what causes all problems, but yet you could go to the bar and drink it. Everyone could pretty much get it. They say it's strict, whatever. Everyone that smokes weed is, well, you guys are in Denver. It's a little different, but they demonize it in a lot of places.
Yes, they do.
They're putting people in jail and locking you up. Basically, all you're doing is relaxing, and you're able to think during that relaxing moment. It helps with some pain management, and it brings the mood down. Like I can do the things I need to do in this crazy world that I'm somehow injected in, brought into. Some people are here by choice. Others are not. See, that's where it goes dark. Because this energy that you pray to is an external force. He's not internal. He's not your connection to the creator. So what happens is you pray to God, and this God, lowercase g, entity comes in, and they call these things archons, just to make it easy for people. They are things that eat off your misfortunes and your fear. And energy comes off your body, that vibrating energy that sucks, that everybody hates. Oh, look, he's giving off that vibe. I can't stand near him. I need to get away from him. Yeah, well, there's something there behind you, right outside of your five senses that you're not seeing. Call it the demon whispering in the ear. Call it the entity that wants something for nothing. it's trying to get you in a state of fear to keep you manifesting that energy that they can feed on. And these things have come to us in the past and have come in and said, I am God, I am this, I am that. And any of those who defile those, like the Gnostics, become wiped off the planet. See, they can't show you the future, and I can't give you dates and times of what's going to happen. But I can tell you, as a creator, or a co-creator, as you want to call it, you have the power to manipulate the matrix that you are in. Everything is energy. Your human body is made up of water and conducts electricity. What do you think's going on when people talk about, people will be so quick to say, no, the Bible's true, the Bible's real, the this and that. But if I tell them, I can have this plant that you will smoke, and if you lay down, you could go talk to these people that you think you're chopping people's heads off and killing babies, and that's okay. You could go meet him and talk to him about this right now. Got 15 minutes? And they always tell me, nope.
And nobody ever wants to go there. Nobody wants to.
I'm wondering, how do you quit after 15 minutes? I want to like do it every Thursday.
Well, there's this thing. Here's the thing about it. It's meant for you to do, right? Mushrooms, weed, DMT, ayahuasca, San Pedro, mescaline, LSD are made to help, not hurt. If you say, let's just stick with the organics, they've always had this in history. In all of history, the true history, it's always been there. I don't know if I'm going to say this right, but the Amanita muscariate mushroom is the red top with the white stem with the white dots that they use in Super Mario Brothers and all. You eat the mushroom, right? Well, reindeers eat that. Hold on now. The Catholic Church, the bishop, the penis wears the fucking colors of the mushroom cap. And when they first get rolled, the people that were first dealing with these mushroom, instead of religion, they had like, I don't want to call it a mushroom cult. It sounds weird, but they had more of a different society. They would eat mushrooms, and the village would kind of take care of, everyone would take care of everyone, and they were living in harmony, and they were understanding what's happening. When they got rolled up on, they hid that knowledge and made it the priest's colors or the bishop's colors, and it took from there. The Santa Claus, the reindeer eat these mushrooms. People saw the reindeers eating them, ate them. Here's your theory of Santa Claus.
And right? Flying
what
reindeer.
Happened?
Flying reindeer.
Flying reindeer. Let's go back even further. Let's go to Moses, right? People always love to throw these characters at me. And I said, I learned a song when I was in St. Clair's in the Bronx, and the nuns were beating the crap out of me. And Moses, I was singing about this man coming across a burning bush. And the burning bush tells him, yo, stop. Come over here for a second. And you're like, wait a second, what? And then he talks to God. And then it's up to him to go over to Egypt and set my people free. And all. Wait. So you walked by a burning bush, and this is what happened. Well, history scholars, what bush would that be? Oh, it's the Acacia confucia. It's the bush that produces the highest amounts of DMT. And if that shit was on fire and he was standing there, there's a chance that he was smoking it and breathing it in and meeting God.
I did not know that. Okay, so I'm curious then, why I'm always getting advice from some other psychics or whatnot. You know how it is, Frank. I mean, everybody wants to tell you what you should or should not be doing. And
it's okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And it's very anti, it's very anti-substance or whatever. I feel like
so
kind of throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
Listen, right? When you work for sanitation, you go outside, you throw garbage on the floor, and it's job security.
Hey, good call.
Right, everybody is doing that. Because God forbid I eat this mushroom and see that you're full of shit. And they just tell me the truth. All right, listen, the future is variable. It's open. We are creators. We have infinite power, infinite light, infinite love. The whole place is built on love, and you have free will. Nothing else does. But you're in a weak, pink, pathetic, fleshy meat suit, right? And we're all here together. We're part of a system that you're born into where nobody but the person there before you just tells you how it is, and that's how you should go about things, and that's the right way. Everything I learned in school is completely flipped. So it's like everything I learned was a lie. So I said, how do I go out and find the truth? They said, truth seekers will seek the truth, and you shall find the truth from where the truth resides. And I said, well, where would the truth reside? And they're like, what if we told you that you were the creator and showed you that the answers are infinite? They're in front of you. You're in a place where anything that could happen, will happen, should happen, is happening, because it's all shoved inside this etherical chaos engine, and they turn it on and they put you in your meat puppet suits, and we can see you, but you can't see us. And then I tell you that Mother Nature has a way around that. It's called mushrooms. It's called ayahuasca. They ask the shaman deep in the Amazon, how did you even figure this shit out? And he said, well, we ate the mushrooms. The mushrooms told us to come here, take this and this, chop it, put it together, just boil it. Because there's a million things. I mean, this is when you start getting into mixing potions and all that, you know, there's a lot of metaphysical, weird, demonic overtones to everything. Man, these people were just foraging in the forest, eating mushrooms, and then boom. Hey, listen, put those two together. Come talk to me. We're going to tell you who you are.
Yeah, it's just more
Kinda
mystification,
like
trying to make it, you know, it's like they took religion too. It's like everyone's trying to make it ultra mystical, you know, like it was some kind of thing they did because of their connection.
There's this human element to that they add that's not necessary to this whole system of operation. You know, there's dark forces at hand. Everybody knows that. Honestly, you're the one in perpetual fear. Somewhere in the back of your mind, you're generating fear. You get a million billion people thinking an asteroid's going to hit. You guys are all creators. You're going to bring a meteor. It's going to hit you. But you can stop that. They talk about the consciousness shift, right? We go from 3D to 5D. Somewhere in the middle, we got to figure this out, right? But no, ayahuasca suddenly jumps into my life. While I'm going on tour, about to do the big, I was with Freeze. It just had happened. I was with Mr. Freeze, and I'm like, dude, I can't even tell you what just happened to me. He was like, oh, I hear you, man. And I'm like, no, this is ridiculous. And the first thing that tests me on the tour is that the tour had a spiritual advisor who was doing voodoo to bring some kind of like fourth dimensional being from Saturn to protect us from the industry who is doing sex rituals and all this fucked up stuff that I seen when I was at Def Jam, which is why we got fucking fired and thrown out, contracts ripped up. I called them on their bullshit. I was there when they were blessing masters. And I said, well, I'm not a fucking genius, but an upside down cross and a purple throne, it kind of doesn't work for me when I'm here doing hip hop. I'm rhyming about this and you're fucking doing that with my music? You're out of your mind. And they were like, oh, well, you're going to have to pretty much, you know, I don't mean to talk dirty, but
no, you can, man. We're good.
Yeah, we were banned in Germany long before you came on the show, dude. It's all good. And Salty's very salty. I know he doesn't mind.
Salty is my buddy. I love Salty. Me and Salty 2 years ago went out into the bay in Tampa Bay, and I'm afraid of sharks. And that man took me out into shark-infested waters and let me meditate.
Nice.
So me and Salty have the connection. That's why I was so excited to do the show. Everything seems to be coming together at the same time. Like, you know, the show is awesome for you guys, and it connects me to you. And then Salty's my buddy. I just love being around like-minded and people that are trying to push that envelope ahead.
That's right. That's
so yeah, so basically they would tell you there, if you don't do something for me, suck my dick, you're not going to get to the next step. And I'm like, yo, I'm signed. I'm the rock star. This is where I came, Freeze. Everyone gets mad at me. All the girls. I go, this is just a metaphor. I go, you suck my dick. I don't suck yours. See how that works? Rock star. I promoted my career. I came here. I don't come into this room and have to start being like I'm respectful. I'm a nice guy. I'm friendly. I'm shaking your hand and saying hi. I don't need to do anything else because everything else is basically a bribe or bullyism. And I don't like bullies, and I'll confront you on the spot. And I definitely don't deal in anyone that's like, oh, you know, suck my dick, I'll let you on. We had 5 members. They were going after all of us. Oh, you do this, you'll be great. I'm like, really? So if the 4 of us say no and he says yes, we're all getting on. They're like, no, he's just getting in. I go, dude, they're going to sign your name on a contract. You're going to do the deed, and then you're going to get shelved for a tax write-off. I'm way older than all the guys that were in my group anyway. I was like, these cats have no clue that we came, the whole group just fresh out of college, from the Bronx though, doing this from when they're 15, pushing their way into the industry. People are just now going, fuck BET. I was telling them, fuck them 10 years ago, and they were like, you're racist, Frank. I go, why am I racist? I didn't say anything bad. I said, fuck them, because it's what they're doing. They have a lot of, they were banging all these girls.
Hey, man. And then, we gotta come into a break real quick, man. But we're gonna continue, and man, we're with Frank Castle, and this is really a kick-ass conversation. So, indeed, we'll check it out. It's his last stand for Mr. Burns, and we'll be right back after these messages right here on
Freezer Block Radio Network. Best Denver Psychic.
Girl, I need you, ain't another line I'm trying to feed you. Understand that seeing you made me a believer, turn me to a true seeker. I see the truth in us, and I knew you by my side. If this world goes bust, we move past the lust, but you still look the same. Your beauty, your vision, you changed my whole game. Every day you've been a flame, I know that will never change. You help me dig out when all the sea is pain. And when I feel drained, you recharge my cells. You're strong on your own, cause I'm stubborn as hell. You pick me up when I fail, something that I can't repeat. All I do is drop tracks like I'm a DJ. Thank God every day that you found your way to me. You're my honeycomb and I'm the killer bee. I change like the seasons, my thoughts wild and free. If I only had 1,000 words, all I need is 3. On this island of despair, look at a situation and think it isn't fair. But you help me find the good, show me how I'm misunderstood, and keep stepping forward like you know you should. You keep this man strong when no one else would, and keep this man building just like a piece of wood. I would love to express it only if I could, but you understand that too, so by my side you stood. Yeah, it's amazing sometimes you kept me stargazing, bring me back down to the plans that we're laying. Hustle hard on your own, on the phone and at home. Most of what I got is cause you keep me in the zone. It's like I'm living a dream with you on my team. Hold each other down through all these other schemes. You're a gift from God to me, that's what it seems. Just for me, I'm trying to show you what that means.
This is Gina. Join me for Best Denver Psychic at 8 o'clock on Wednesdays with my producer, Steve Valverde, here on the Freezer Block Radio Network. I'm a clinical forensic hypnotist, a psychic medium, and a spaz with no filter.
If we're dealing with professed Satanists, which is often practiced by younger males, we may be looking for teenagers. Heavy metal music is often associated with Satanism, and these kids and their leader may reflect that in their look.
Most likely, there will be sex, drugs, and alcohol.
All right. Welcome back to Best Denver Psychic. That was a nice little intro to our talk here with Frank Castle.
Yes, indeed.
Yep. And
we are talking with Frank Castle. He is one of the top members of Heist Click. Also, I don't know, how else would you call yourself? What would you like? Band leader? What? Just a hip hop artist?
Yeah. I'm a musician. I do it all, man. Behind the scenes, I'm learning how to play guitar now, and I write and produce for people. So I do it all. I've acted a little bit, and I went on tour last year. After the tour, I have a bad taste in my mouth about a lot of getting with other teams and doing this.
Yeah, well,
I'd rather do it on my own at my pace.
And you were talking about, you were just sharing with us the experience that you had when you went and watched them bless the masters and how they were treating these girls. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, they were having sex with these girls. I sounded horrible when I cut off on the.
I know, sorry. It's so indelicate. It's the part of this.
But all the boys too, they were doing it too. So there was a lot of homosexual stuff going on, which is fine. Do what you want, but not for, like, if you don't do it, then you're not in. Well, between this and that, I was watching tax write-offs happen, and then I saw the blessing of the master. Now, those who don't know what the master is, it's like the #1 copy of the song, like the first one, and it's the one that's going to be, it's going to deliver the sound to every other MP3. Like, everything comes from that one. And what they do is they put the master down. And listen, I didn't know about this stuff. I had an idea. Everyone has an idea. Everyone's seen The Exorcist and stuff like that, seen Ouija boards and stuff. I know enough about Catholic stuff that what they were doing was satanic and dark. And they were saying, if you're going to be in this industry, you need protection. And everyone else is using it, so we're using it as well. I'm like, yes, but your ritual, you have to sacrifice something or do something deviant to push the karma away from you, because it never really leaves. So what are you doing? So they do a ritual that allows them to put something dark onto these mixes, and when you listen to them, it kind of subliminally sinks in. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that
or believe it, or they don't believe it. You know, I mean, that's not just some made up story. I don't
believe in it, so yeah, he goes, it doesn't, I don't believe in it, so it doesn't work on me. I'm like, that's a lie. You live in the matrix with us. What you believe you're still walking in the ritual. The ritual is you come in, you're there. Somehow they get you to agree to do something that you didn't really agree upon, that gets you into this hole, that you accepting karma from a ritual, from what they're doing that's dark, to get dark stuff on your stuff, get their hands and their dirty imprint claws all over it. But isn't that the whole idea of possession? It all starts with a gentle whisper, a kiss, a breeze, and then it turns into a shitstorm. I mean,
so do you think every
really
person,
think about what's happening?
Do you think every person who it really moves up in the music industry? I mean, I know this is sort of, they have to go through this.
Everywhere.
What was that?
No, well, there's useful idiots everywhere. I noticed that 90% or better had no clue what they were being involved with. Like, most of the people there had no religious background, didn't care.
Right.
Thought that Lucifer was the light. And I'm like, you guys have Lucifer confused with the devil, right? Even though there's no devil, there's Satan energy. You have Lucifer confused with the Satan energy, because Lucifer doesn't accept sacrifices and stuff, which brings me all the way back to my DMT experience when I was directly talking with these entities. I didn't have little things dancing for me. I had 5 days of experiences where it was like waking a shaman, who is someone who makes the connection and then is able to translate, bring information back from the etherical realms and the higher beings and where you're really from, where other people are just sitting there and they're seeing the DMT elves. I saw them, but it did not allow me to sit there. It put me somewhere else. And I was sitting with all the top guys, and I spoke to them. I asked them the questions that you would ask, what you would really want to hear. Like, hey, man, why are you doing this? How did this happen? Are you the devil? Did you start this? And they answered my questions. They were pretty straightforward.
I want to know what's next. I mean, I know the veil is so thin right now. And I just wonder what were they saying is next? I mean, I just can't. I mean, for me,
this is the awakening. People are waiting to wake up and it's going to happen. Like, the wave is going to hit and Planet X is going to show up and aliens are going to land on the front lawn. I got news for you people across the board in this world. Hear me when I say this. When I'm telling you, it is all real. It's not just etherical beings, Egyptians, gods and deities and the creator. It's all real. Everything from the silliest thing to the biggest thing. All right. We're living inside. We're on a planet inside a human suit. That's the hologram. The hologram is what you can see with your five senses. It's only what you can perceive. So technically, you're sitting in a movie theater inside your fleshy human suit, watching the movie, but able to control your character. Okay, that is all you see. But you know there's more. Everyone knows there's more, right?
Hopefully.
50% of you, 50% of what's going on in your physical form is spiritual. No, when you go and dream at night, it is where you go when you die. Okay? It's the same place. I try to tell people this is why warriors go. I don't fear death, because they were eating. All right, Vikings would rush into battle and they would eat tons of fucking mushrooms. They would have these ceremonies where they would just eat meat and eat mushrooms, get all psyched up and run into battle. And people were like, why the fuck would they do that? They were like, well, the gods were working with them. They were literally connecting on that plant Wi-Fi that nobody believes is real, that is very real. The plants are your buddies. They're your friends. When you started eating fleshy things and people started eating each other and all kinds of stuff, it all went to hell in a handbasket. You created that. The devil didn't come and make that happen. They're not allowed to come and grab you and say, do this for me. They're allowed to whisper in your ear, right? It is the evil that men do. It's what you bring out of yourself. Self-responsibility is what this is all about. You are here in a universe, a university, under testing and regulations and rules. You are to go out and create and report back, so to speak. You are to go out and love, and you're not to love a little. You're to love a lot. You're to love everyone from the bum to the billionaire. You're the scumbag to the best person in the world, to the one that's doing wrong, to the one that's doing right, and everyone in between. Every little animal, every little thing. You're supposed to live within the moment and find the joys and the stuff that is also part of this, while at the same time have understanding that fourth dimensional entities, their beings that are etherical, are right out of your view. There is no space and time. They're right there when you pull the veil away. The veil is thin. People have been seeing shit and talking to these things for a long fucking time. I'm not the first guy to come along and talk about this. When I said, hey, I met Toth 2 weekends ago, and he hasn't come out of my movie screen in my mind, and said, I am the interpreter. I will be your interpreter for all these things. When I watched David Wilcox for years, listening to him talking about he's the reincarnated Edgar Casey, and I'm catching him in bullshit after bullshit. I go on the radio on another station and attack his bullshit. He goes and drinks ayahuasca. He doesn't say anything to anyone. This last year comes out, and I listened to him again so I could nail him on something, and he's 100% correct. He said, I went and I drank ayahuasca, and I saw it. And I said, what is this guy? What about up to now? And he's like, the truth is the truth. And honestly, there's no time to hang him on his missed false, because he's been shooting for the stars. He's going to reach the moon. You know, so yeah, he's off. Everyone's off a little bit, but has a percent that is correct. I've met people that said, I've seen fairies. I swear to God, blue and pink fucking fairies show up when I meditate. I'm like, yeah, bullshit. I fucking hang out one night. I drank ayahuasca in the room. A blue and a pink fairy came into the fucking room and invited an angel in with Aya, who is Mother Earth. That is Gaia herself. So I wouldn't freak the fuck out. They sent fairies in the room first. And they said, I went, oh, you're cute as it gets. And my eyes were wide open. I don't hallucinate. The part of your brain that hallucinates is turned off during ayahuasca, also during DMT. People say it's in the pineal gland. Most likely it's the lungs, that something from the pineal squirts. It's like an engine. You crank the engine, the electricity moves through the system, it gets this liquid to pump through, boom, because you're in a biological machine inside of a system that is being shown to you through holographic eyes. You're in a fractal universe where more than just you exists. Everything's real. There's an engine on the other side. Some call it the machine. There's songs about it. Pink Floyd's been singing about it. You know what they were doing? They were smoking fucking DMT like crazy and then writing these songs. Why? Because it's what they saw. So I went and I asked for the truth. I sat with these people. I said, I want to see the devil. I want to see Jesus. I want to see this. There was no Jesus. There was no devil. There was the creator. There was the goddess Isis, which people still want to go, Isis. Yes, Isis, right. The Egyptian goddess from 8,000 to 10,000 years, whatever, long ago. People were I said, what is with the Egyptians? Why are they here? They said, they are not Egyptians. They are of the Egyptian law, so to speak. Like Egyptians acted like them and dressed like them and, you know, fell into that relationship with them that you would with a deity, praying and all that stuff and doing your sacrifices. It always gets twisted when religion's involved.
Yeah,
right?
no
But
doubt.
when you go out into a field, Steve, we go out into a field, we eat mushrooms, we see the truth for what it is. Or we have some guy on TV pumping us lies. I've been around for long enough to know that anyone that thinks this presidential election, with anything's going to happen, whether it's Democrat or Republican or the fucking wash boy in the back with Donald Trump, you're part of the new problem, which is belief in stupidity when stupidity is reigning in sets. And you have to say, this is fucking stupid. Do you think that I am that dumb as a human being that you would present this as you would to a special needs person, and you expect me to believe this when everything that you're doing is killing people? At no point when you give your fucking babbling bullshit back to me, when I hear that it is okay, that your God said it's okay to go bomb someone else, you can go fuck yourself. How's that sound? Self-responsibility, big guy. Time to pull yourself up by the bootstraps and say, you know what? Doesn't matter what my fucking invisible friend is thinking. It's just best that I don't get involved in screaming, kill this one and kill that one, because you're a creator and you're throwing out spell-casting energy and you're feeding the demon, so to speak. You're being external with everything. Fuck him, and I hate him, and fuck this one. You know what you need to do is say, why am I thinking like that? That's what you need to start doing. Why would I think fuck this one and fuck that one? Well, he fucked me over. This one fucked up my life. This one. No, what you need to do is take a deep breath and say, removing myself from the equation in all the people's dramas and all kinds of bullshit is still an answer. It is okay to be lazy for a day if you get up and choose to be lazy for a day. It is okay, as long as you're thankful and grateful about it. Mm-hmm. You know why? Because you're putting forth a good thought. Thought is energy. Energy is under different lighting, kind of like the way the predator sees things, right? If you were able to go through those stages, there would be one where you see this thing called gray matter. Gray matter is flowing out of the top of your crown chakra, and it just flows up. And then when you come into the room and I talk to you, it's going from off my head as if it's just manifesting energy out of nowhere. It's like magic. It's like a flame on the top of your head that never stops going because it's infinite. And all of a sudden it curves and points towards the person in the room and you say hello. If the person's like, fuck you, your energy like kind of bounces off it and redirects back out. But when they say hello back, they intertwine. And now you're like, there's a relaxed feeling in the room. Everything's cool. Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. It's a good day. Thank you. Go about your day. Right? But when you're in a fucking room with a psycho and he's standing in the back of the room shaking, everyone's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. You're picking up on, he's not even making a move. He's just standing there staring. And everyone just seems to move away from him. Why? Because he's generating an energy you're picking up on. Comic books call that a spider sense. I call that you have a fucking aura around you. There's an energy bubble that's emanating from your body that can sense things. And the stronger you are, or it's not even the stronger you are. If you think about it for a second, your energy will reach out to the other thing. You'll get a diagnostic of the situation, and then you will know how to react, which is why some people like, I don't know why I didn't get on the plane. I just got to leave. It's because they're listening etherically. You're listening to your higher self, which there's some kind of, when they built the human form, these etherical beings, for whatever reason, the science experiment, the great whatever, they built in something that you needed to have, because if it wasn't there, this whole thing wouldn't work. It's called the pineal gland. That third eye, what they do is they make sure you have it, but the pipes to it are a little smaller than all the other pipes. And the reality factor of your brain working against your actual conscious being, the guy that talks to you, hey, go left, don't go right, you shouldn't do that, you should, and you barely listen to that guy most of the fucking time because you got so much flooded information of bullshit that it pulls you away from it. So you have it and it works, except they corroded and corrupted. So now you're fucked, right? Because you're being pulled away spiritually when religion's not doing it for you and the people that around you aren't doing it for you, and you can't find hope in nothing. And they tell you, you got to save yourself, man. Superman's not coming to save you. But if I told you you are Superman or Wonder Woman or the Flash, like, it's you. You're the hero. You change, the world changes with you. Stop keeping the world pressure on your back, because that's not where it's supposed to be. Stop bugging out about the future and money. Go do what you have to do, but don't make it your God.
All right, man.
They tease you.
We're coming up on another quick break here, man. But I want you to talk when we come back about what you see now. You know, these things that we believe in, this falseness, money, and that type of thing, versus what you thought beforehand. So we'll kind of get into that, and I'll try to clarify myself a little bit more on the other side. We are talking with Frank Castle, and this is a Best Denver Psychic. We'll catch you right on the other side.
Ranger Station, Ranger speaking.
Hi, I'd like to report a bear hug.
Uh-huh, okay.
Well, we were building a bonfire, and I saw some, like, dry brush and leaves around, so, you know, I said to move the bonfire somewhere else, and out of nowhere, Smokey Bear shows up and hugs me.
So you noticed some wildfire hazards and moved your bonfire to a safer location.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Smokey, all right. He likes it when people help prevent wildfires. It hits him close to home. Not everybody gets the hug, my friend. So that's pretty special to get a hug from Smokey Bear.
So it was him. Hey, guys, I told you it was Smokey.
Okay, well, congratulations, my friend. And thanks for calling. There are many ways to prevent a wildfire. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires. You're listening to the Freezer Block Network.
Come on, people, put your hands up. If you try to change your life, but your life ain't ready to change. You try to stand up. If you ever had trouble, just to make sure they remember your name. This is for you. 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 This is for you.
This is for my back breaking, no longer shit taking, gotta keep it real, no time for faking. My 9 to 5 grinding on the weekend, prime timing. No matter the situation, my people always shining. My trains are riding just to make those ends meet. Back up on the hustle with just 2 hours sleep. My baby mama drama, trying to see the good karma. Stuck up in the cycle, always feeling trauma. This is for my people trying to see a better day. Work hard, play hard, moving every way. The ones on the corner, independent labor owners for the misguided youth. The ones they call the loners. This is for my people who be locked up in the city, who have to step up now when shit is getting gritty. It's time for us to stand up. Old cats and young bucks to sing this out loud. Don't let them swing the door shut.
This is for you. 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 This is for you.
This is for my double shift and 3-job, holding only 10 bucks for gas, but damn it, we still rolling. Stuck up in the lifestyle, every moment's golden. One's always looking fresh, even if it's stolen. My people on the grind who got those beats dropping in the basement studio, trying to get this thing popping for the women that are down. Trying to get the knowledge once, working late night, trying to pay the way through college. The kids in the system feeling like the slang system, everybody hard to work. Muslim, the Christian, for my people with the vision, trying to make the change for the ones out of options, just about the ones again, the ones that struggle with the pain, the government forgotten names to put the world on the back, and never cast some blame, the ones who never see the thing and still do the right thing. It's time for you to know that you will always be king.
Put your hands up. If you try to change your life, but your life ain't ready to change. You try to stand up. If you ever had trouble, just to make sure they remember your name. This is for you. This is for you. This is for you. This is for you.
Our enemies are innovative and resourceful, and so are we. They never stop thinking about new ways to harm our country and our people, and neither do we.
All right, welcome back to Best. Welcome back to Best Denver Psychic here on the Freeza Block Radio Network. Don't forget to catch Add a Little Salt to Your Life with saltytalkradio.com. And we're here talking with Frank Castle. Frank, my shaman man.
Yes.
So good to have you here.
I thank you so much for having me. I'm having a great time, and I know I tend to run off sometimes at the mouth.
Oh,
but
you're doing awesome.
I could, because I seen the time. How about if you guys have anything to ask me specifically, so we could just cover what you guys maybe had in mind instead? Because I'll just rant on. I could do 10 hours about this.
Hey man, this is a free flow type of show, man. And if you find a stream of consciousness to talk about, man, that we're all with it, man. We're following you along, and we're not having a problem with it. But I did have a question for you, man, basically about how your life was and how you were feeling. I mean, we were covering that, as it were. But I mean, now that you see that, you've taken the experience. I always wonder, do you see things almost like through a different filter, as if it was like before it was black and white, and now you're seeing in full vivid color, 4D, the whole deal? I mean, and equate that to what kind of how everybody else is, when you come across people and they're like, all their deal is money, looks, trying to climb that ladder, and you see something completely different. Does that mean? I mean, that's a horrible question, but I mean,
no, but it's perfect.
So, kind of explain how you're seeing life.
Before I was not enlightened, and I'm on a path, I guess, to enlightenment. But prior to it, I was a great guy, man. I was a lot of fun, and Freeze, you know me for a while now, and I was slightly different, a little more ego-y, a little more kind of like, look what I've done, because I'm trying to, progress in my music career. But what I find is, in a world of so much beauty and so much awesomeness, that I'm going to stick my neck into a grinder and have you grind me and ruin my hard blood, sweat, and tears. The answer to that question is no, but people get roped into that constantly. They're like, no, it's going to work. It's the best thing ever. No, it usually works when you do it. They don't put money behind bands no more like you think. Jay-Z and all them, to hit that stage, my friends, there are people that do it, and it's such a small percentage that it's like making it into the NFL. It's harder. It's way harder. There's NFL players. There's hundreds of them. They're rotating in and out all the time. But in the music industry, when was the last time you got some really good new music? It's not really there. They got all this stuff that is being projected on this timing and in this hertz range where it's just repeating nonsense. And if you could see it through the veil, it's energy that's trapping you inside of a box, a construct where you're listening to the song, I'm so happy. And I guarantee you, in the next American Psycho movie, he's going to say, hey, you ever hear about that song called I'm So Happy? And he's going to start murdering people because you're not really happy listening to it. There's nothing to be happy about. You're being trapped in a box. The intention might be good from that weirdo, but it's really not doing anything for you. He's happy taking your money straight to the bank. And I'm not even being a hater on that. It's just that these commercialized versions of this lollipop pop music garbage, these whack rappers that don't have anything to say because no one cares about you bitches in your 40s because you're all broke and most of you all are homosexuals, so nobody really cares. And for all you gangster guys out there doing it, keep doing your thing.
I love
just
that
go
you're
out and do your thing, because at least they're real. The gangsters, or at least the majority of the ones that aren't pop, are real gangsters. So at least they're real. You know what they're doing when they're saying, "Oh, I'm fucking stuff up." You know they're doing it. But when these guys say it, when Nelly comes out or something and says it, you got to laugh.
Yeah,
you got to go, really? Lil Wayne is the greatest rapper of all time? You're lucky I'm not standing in front of you, because I'd hit you with a Thor's hammer to knock something back straight in your head. He looks like the reincarnated skeleton of an Egyptian slow child. So you got to start taking into consideration what they're feeding you. Right?
How do you stop eating that?
Oh, it's simple. Look for what you enjoy for real, not what
I have such a hard time.
You enjoy.
I have such a hard time enjoying anything. I think that's my thing.
Right, because you're force-fed all day long. We're getting hit with signs and symbols, and everybody's trying to pitch their thing to you. There's radio waves and Wi-Fi and electricity and lights that are too close to your head in the ceiling that they're telling you, these fucking lights last forever. If that light breaks, you all better run out of your house, because the mercury that falls out of that thing, if you breathe it in, you die soon. It says it right on the fucking package. Don't breathe that in. Everybody run and call your local guy to come clean up a fucking light bulb. A light bulb. But I got 5 of them on, because my grandparents won't fucking cave in and go back to the old school, because they think Jesus has arrived with the new technology of the light bulb that's killing everyone, because they don't know any better. Nobody teaches you this. They only teach you their side. They tell you their product is good. Coke and Pepsi aren't good for you, but you'll fucking drink it, and then you'll come to me and go, well, I drank a Diet Pepsi. And I'll say, do you know there's more of shit in that Diet Pepsi? There are nerve toxins inside the diet sodas. Did you know that? And people say, well, how do you know? What the fuck, you're a rapper? I go, no, I'm an inspector. I'm a food inspector. Oh, I was for 12 years. And that's what I did. I inspected your food. I know what's in it. When they talk about the Legionnaire's disease that they're finding in the Bronx and everyone's getting sick and people are fucking dying, I know they're not cleaning their air conditions and that it's airborne. But they won't tell you that. Nope. They won't tell you that. But I'm not sworn into them no more, because I don't fucking work for them. So when people say, how does he know this shit? How about this? How about when I was locked up and I was down in Broward County? Now I know it's only county jail, right? I was locked up for 4 months there. You know what they put in the fucking water? They put a bag of 50-pound fluoride in the water supply in the prison once a week. Guess what the white kid had to do in the jail, where there was barely 0.1% of white people in there, as they were all getting their asses kicked. They made me the guy that did all the back-breaking work. I used to dump this shit in. I'm like, what is this? They used to say it's so the guys don't hump each other, because it makes you not horny and makes you laid back. They call it saltpeter, but it says on the box fluoride. I didn't know what fluoride was. I was a kid that got locked up. Somebody robbed my house, and I beat them up, and I went to jail. And I was like, oh, are you guys serious? You're putting this in the water? And the old folks that were in there were like, don't you drink that water, son. You drink out of the toilet before you drink that fucking water coming out of that sink. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, how are you supposed to live? And then there's what they don't tell you is the 2 jugs of water they give you every day are fresh, clean water that's supplied to you by Poland Spring, but you only get 2 of those jugs a day per 40 guys. So everybody gets a little sippy cup, and we all drink at a pace to keep things cool, because when that runs out, you're drinking out of your sink. Do you think getting a renewed vision through the ayahuasca, or through any of your shamanic experience for that matter? The ayahuasca, the ayahuasca brought me back to what my purpose was. Because people wake up every day. Why are we here? What's going on? You'll be so quick to scream something about blah, 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 blah. Do you ever just look in the mirror and go, why do I have 5 fingers and 2 hands and 2 feet? Doesn't this feel weird that I go to sleep every night and I dream, but sometimes weird shit happens to me, and then sometimes I see these things or feel these things and I don't understand, and it's crazy if I talk about them? Do you feel like nut world? Do you feel like those experiences helped to take care of some? I mean, obviously fluoride's not blocking your pineal gland now. So, I mean, were you able to change your life 10% a week? The world will change with you. Make it easy. You're not quitting cigarettes. You're just not eating McDonald's. Look, we could get deep into this, and I could tell you that the secret flavor, and I want anyone who's listening to go Google this, because they're going to say all day long it's fake. And I'm telling you, as an inspector, the secret ingredient in Pepsi is aborted fetuses. I have heard that. Don't believe it. Look it up. It's a satanic ritual for you to drink the flesh stuff of the bioorganics of the newborn into a thing that's Pepsi. It's refreshing. It's great. Yet you're telling me the people at McDonald's that keep promoting that shit during the Olympics, that after the Olympics, we're all going to get a cheeseburger. That's the biggest load of shit I've ever seen in my life. You're being put into a ritual and don't know it. See, Pepsi got in trouble, but they have so much money to shut people up. but you can Google it, and there's thousands of pages on it, people. All right, so when you think about that, think about the ritual. Now think about Coca-Cola, because that's the only other choice, right? Other than Sprite, it's all poison. Coke takes the rust off the metal. What do you think it does inside your stomach and your gut, which is what affects your immune system is in your gut. So what do you think they're trying to do when you hear about these conspiracies and everything? Ayahuasca unleashed the truth bomb. See, ayahuasca helped me. DMT showed me. Ayahuasca taught me. DMT put me in the situation and said, look at that. Would you look at that right now? Now, I'm not telling you just these entities that I deal with, they're not dark entities. I go there, I see things. Apparently, when you take the shamanic route, and they're a shaman on many levels, and people go, well, he's not a shaman. I'm a shaman. If you help someone, you're a shaman. That's how it works. It's a helpful thing. But I tend to find myself in that old shamanic tradition where I actually talk to these things. A lot of people, I've done experiences with a ton of people. I've had experiences where I didn't see anything and just returned to self, fixed my chakras, fixed the colors in me. Everything was all about me, because it's not selfish. When the plane's going down and you have a baby with you and you have to put the mask on you first, not the kid first, because you can't help them unless you help you. Use that in life. Help yourself, and others will tend to get the help they need. You'll be able to help more. And you don't have to force the help. People that need the help will come to you. But I've only dealt with a handful of people that have ever seen or literally sat and spoke to these entities on the level that I have, which is odd. But I come across people, and I want to give him a shout out, because I can't believe that this guy doesn't do anything. Except, according to him, since he's 16 years old, he's in this thing called the Cosmic Disclosure. And his name's Corey Good, Goode. He hangs out with David Wilcox. But this guy, what he was saying, see, David came out, he did ayahuasca, then his whole thing changed. It lined up, the purpose lined up, everything, all your years of trying to get it right. You had a piece of it the whole time, but you mix it with the piece from the left, the guy from the right, the dude from Africa, the dude from Russia. You all got a piece of it. Ayahuasca helped put the purpose and the pieces back together again. What am I here for? Who am I? What's going on? You know, there's no meteor, and there's a climate change going on, because energy is coming into this. We're going into a part of the solar system where energies are bombarding us from now on. This is the 1,000 years of prosperity that they were talking about. We're exiting the demon kicking and screaming.
So this coming up is the 1,000 years of prosperity.
We're in it. People are waiting to wake up in it. It started. See, the shaman all got awoken. If you hear my voice and you think you're a shaman, you're a shaman. If you don't hear my voice and you think you're a shaman, most likely you're a shaman. My singer is a little bit off her rocker for years and years and years and years. People would call her crazy. I'm like, she's not crazy. There's just, we grew up in the Bronx. Things are crazy here. It's all situation and how you were raised. We all sat down and drank together, ayahuasca. The first thing she did was she woke up, she cut all her bullshit out and said, we have to tell everyone, man. I go, they showed you, didn't they? Like, you didn't see the elves. You went and you sat with like the
she
Egyptian
didn't see
gods
the fairies,
and, Yeah, she went right to the source. And she was like, yeah, man. She goes, you know what they're doing to us. Now, she is on the Rise of the Chemicals song with me off my new album, and she doesn't believe in chemtrails, right? But she's singing about them, and she was like, I don't believe in any of this bullshit. It's all whatever. I'm sure aliens exist. We drank. She goes, Frank, is it normal that there's an Indian and a little 3-foot green alien that's staring at me that isn't supposed to be in the room? I go, yeah, they're with me, actually. I said, ancestry. Those are my ancestors. They come and they help out. They help explain things. They protect you. They guide you. And the little green alien, these things like to watch everything. I've seen everything from the reptilians to the blue avians. And now you got this guy, Corey Good, talking with them, saying, no, I've actually been with them up inside the spheres that you keep seeing enter and exiting the sun. We already know what's happening, and there's about to be a disclosure. And it's not that there's an alien civilization. It's that there's life everywhere. Not everywhere. I mean everywhere. That's what they're going for. 100% disclosure. There is no devil. There is no heaven and hell except what you make of it. But there's Egyptian demiurges sitting in spheres trying to displace energy that is rampantly coming into our universe because we're traveling through space. We're not just sitting around. We're on a ball that's spinning and doing all kinds of shit, but we're also moving through this section. People call it Wave X. Oh, it's Wave X and Planet X. And no, we're going into what is actually a consciousness, high energy. It's going to tear the veil down. Anyone who meditates should know what I'm talking about. It's easier to meditate. You should be learning things like Reiki, energy manipulation, yoga, telekinesis, telepathy. These things are going to become easier. But the problem is there's a lot of bad stuff going on because it's a chaos machine. Everything is real. It's all here. It's not the gray aliens who are actually, they're pretty demonic. They're avatars with a demon soul in it. Those are the guys abducting people doing horrible things. But then there's things that look like the grays that are actually here to help. So you have everything from ETs that look like human beings to giant praying mantises that seem to speak English when you speak telepathy, but they're about 12 feet tall. There's 8-foot reptilians that if you stand next to one of these things, you will shit your pants. But it doesn't do anything. It watches, but it would rather eat you. And it's real. It's real. They've been here before us. All the stories of all the weird shit, where do you think they come from? All right, a few of them are a little outrageous, but really, is it outrageous? I smoke DMT, I go on to the other side. I met Buddha. He was floating with me, teaching me. And I said, what are you doing here? I thought you were a guy. He's like, I'm a consciousness. The consciousness is the Buddha. Do you not understand? And I said, no, I don't. He goes, well, we send John Lennon's and Jesus's and this and that. You killed them. So now everyone's Superman. Time to save yourself. When they say either get hit by the wave or surf it, they don't mean a literal wave. They mean a wave of energy in the universe that is deconstructing the spiritual prison that you're technically in because you know nothing. You have this agreement when you come into your body to erase all knowledge, but your soul knows the knowledge, but you're not born with the knowledge. You have it, but there's some kind of block on everything. So you're born into this world after you reincarnate and you don't know shit again. But somehow you know something, but you don't know shit again. It's like this really weird rule that they tricked us to bring us into this.
I've heard of that. I've heard of that. Like when you're born, they spank you and they call it what is it? A trauma of some sort? What are they? You know, when you're born.
Yeah, that's bullshit. They do that to trick you. The rule is you go. This just works for us. There are civilizations where they're just like 600, 700 years, they die, they're reborn into another body, and they remember who they are. They're born, the choice is made because they don't have this shitty system in place like we do. See, when the aliens came down originally and said, get rid of your nukes, and we'll give you health and happiness, and we'll try to hook you guys up with all the good stuff, we told them to fuck off, and we invited in what we thought was an alien, which was a demon. That's what they are. What does a demon like to do to you? He likes to possess you, right? What are they doing with CERN? They're opening up holes to a portal through the veil so these things can fly through, right? And what do they all want to do? They want to put one of those things into one of your avatars, which is the human body. It always goes for the human body, right? Why do they want blood and this and that? It keeps them here. The rituals that the 1% use are blood rituals and sex and dirty rituals, right? Without doing the ritual, they do it, right? And then you're like, these people are evil. The fucking karma is going to kill them. No, part of the ritual of the blood keeps the karma behind a wave that's frozen, right? And then along comes you, and you're just like, well, I'm just going to work, having my Pepsi, and the building shaped like a fucking... And people laugh at me when I say this. The architecture made by the Masons... The top Masons understand that the points and lines in the building are actually shapes and symbols from the other side, denote mathematics and space and time and layers that exist for real. And by putting a giant pentagram here or a building that looks like a mosque there or some kind of symbol of, whatever it might be, the dollar bill in your hand with the Illuminati thing on it. It makes you like, oh, the Illuminati have the eye in the pyramid. No, they have usurped the information and are laughing at you. So you're part of the ritual, whether you like it or not. But the day that you wake up and you say, well, I understand all this. Now I don't participate. I choose to shop with my money properly. I'm not going to McDonald's. I'm going to put healthy food in my body. People worry about, you know, oh, it's fucking $5 for organic eggs, which it's not. It's only $3 something. But you'll spend $13 on a pack of cigarettes. Like, come on. All right, it's $20 for a gym membership. You won't pay that, but you'll go to McDonald's and have a pack of cigarettes and drink a Pepsi. Yep. So it's a simple thing. People are like, how do I do this? Blah, blah, blah. It's simple. Take the first step. Say no. Everybody say no.
All about choices, man. It's all about choices.
It's all free will and choices. The elite are using your free will and a fake choice, Coke or Pepsi. You know, Christmas or New Year's or this or that. That's nothing. That's not a choice. That is them giving you two things.
That's a pre-selected choice, right? It's a pre-selection. Yeah, indeed.
It doesn't matter. It's like football. Like you have your team, but no matter what, the NFL wins.
Yeah,
right. They make all the money.
Yeah, exactly.
See, this is what's happening as above, so below. So we are just doing what these things are telling us. But the problem with demons, they don't exist past like the 6th layer and 6th dimension. I will argue points with this every day with shaman across the world because I sit with people sometimes, like I go on radio shows and there'll be scientists on 30, 40 years in the game. They were around way before I was born and they were doing DMT drips and having people recorded live. And they were doing this in the 60s during the love moment. And I come in after 1 year and I haven't done it one time. I've done it many times. I'm perfecting my shamanism. I like to think of it as a techno shamanism, something like a futuristic type. Because as much as you want to get back to the old, there's nothing better than being more comfortable in your living room with the people that love and care about you. You want to have an intervention? There's your intervention. No judgment, just drink the tea. People are like, well, it sounds kind of fanatical and scary. Oh, anything good doesn't come easy, people. You're not going to get anything by walking outside and going, well, because he did it, I think I'm going to do it. Yay. That's not how it works.
I know.
You
well,
put
we
want to the beat.
We want to do it with you, man, for sure. I could certainly use it.
Yeah. Well, we can. That's the easy part. The hard part is just doing it, right?
No, not really. I'm already. Steve and I are already talking about the tickets.
No, I heard you guys. I heard you guys before, and that's fine. But the honest truth is, for everyone, it's like, well, DMT's not for everyone, and neither is this, neither is that. You know what? You have receptors in your body for it. I don't know what kind of bullshit they've been telling you, but you have cannabinoid receptors in your body. You have DMT receptors in your body. When you drink ayahuasca on an empty stomach, you feel it working like medicine, taking over your cells, over the movie screen, when you close your eyes. And you go, what the fuck is that? Is it the world and the universe? They say, no, it's us taking the cells over. As above, so below. As big as the sky is as big as the inside is. Do you get it yet? And I'm like, holy shit, right? Size is irrelevant.
I really appreciate knowing that I'm not crazy about what I'm experiencing because you had the same thing on ayahuasca.
Crazy. My dead uncle came in after an ayahuasca experience 3 days later when they said, you need to be sitting in the living room at this time. And I got kicked out of the bedroom and was not allowed back in because I was going to go outside and sit there and be like, oh, and my dead uncle fucking came through the wall and sat down and started talking to me. And I said, are you serious? And the person I was living with was like, I don't want your stupid friends in my house at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. And that's the bed. And I said, so you saw that person. And the next day I was like, I don't ever bring anyone over to my house, ever. That guy walked through the wall and sat down in the living room and you came out and saw him and got mad at me. And I was shaking, going, this can't be real. And then I smelled, he was an uncle and it smelled like him. And he actually talked the way I talk. He was like, what's wrong with you? And he was very gentle at first. And then he got like, hey, I'm really here. And I went, that's funny because when I was a kid, I saw 2 of my dead cousins like that. they had like this golden hue, and they literally came in the room and showed up. And as a little kid, I thought, well, my cousin died. He's an older guy. I'm suffering from some kind of weird delusion. And I go, yeah, but I don't feel weird. He's there. Like, I can touch him. And then they say, we can do this. Your third eye is what does it. See, I'm nothing special. You can all go do this. You just have to put the work into it.
There you go, man. It's not.
You go do it.
It's not like we say. It's not the tools. It's what do you say?
Oh, don't give the power to the tools. The power is within you.
Yes, indeed. So, Frank, man, we're gonna have to kind of wrap this up a little bit, man.
Let's take a break and then we'll come back. Hey, by the way, Wayne texted me while we were on the thing here. He said you were the man.
You are the man.
All right.
Yeah, sweet. So thanks, Wayne. All right, and we'll be with you right after the break. BestDenverPsychic.com. Best Denver Psychic coming to you on the Frieza Block Radio Network. Here with
Frank Castle.
Frank Castle,
Right.
the man.
The man. Indeed.
We'll be with you right back after these words.
It's 6:42 p.m. Time for Steve Plato and his son Dylan to do the dishes. They talk about everything from the yuckiness of girls to the awesomeness of his soccer team. Sometimes they don't talk at all. Then, hey, the dreaded splash fight. It's Dad O'Clock, and it's the best time of the day because the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Someone please tell me why I waited so long. I've been searching for this feeling too long. All that I know is I'm looking for true love like in a song. I need you to take me away from it all.
I've been searching for knowledge, I've been looking for peace. But when I find truth, I seem lost in these beats. These government spies keep telling us lies, trying to suppress the truth and cover our eyes. Mind over mind, I looked at the system and made that divide. Now I am the God, guided by others from the path of the sheep. Running with wolves, now let this wolf speak. They got us all trapped, and that is a fact. They know what we're doing with a touch screen of map. They poison our food that we feed to our seeds, destroying the world all over greed. They take what we need and then they sell it all back, cause they cause all these droughts and the prices get jacked. But then they say go ahead and buy the new hat. It's control at its worst, but we let them do that.
Someone please tell me why I waited so long. I've been searching for this feeling too long. All that I know is I'm looking for true love like in a song. I need you to take me away from it all. Can someone please tell me why I waited so long? I've been searching for this feeling too long. All that I know is I'm looking for true love like in a song. I need you to take me away from it all.
They poison the water, put poison in lights. They poison your child, they poison your wife. They poison your parents, they poison your friends. This shit is real, no need to pretend. Infect us with drugs that never get tested. We are the trial, easy selection. They put out a stand and we there the next day. Genetics is God and they wanna play. This may be the matrix built one at a time. We open up eyes and dropping these guys who condition our kids to be part of this system. So I'm sending this out, I hope that you listen. Knowledge is power no matter the place. You're the mass genocide that they claiming is safe all over the globe. This be the case with a push of a button, they have you erased.
Someone please tell me why I waited so long. I've been searching for this feeling too long. All that I know is I'm looking for true love like in a song. I need you to take me away from it all.
You're listening to the Freezer Block Network.
All right. Welcome back to Best Denver Psychic. Frank, I just want to say, Frank Castle, it was a pleasure and a fascination to have you on tonight. I'm so happy that you came. You can get a hold of Frank if you have any additional questions or you have any comments or whatever. I'm sure, Frank, I'm just going to put your stuff out there at Heist Click on Facebook or also on Twitter. So, and be sure and go to iTunes and where else was that? Anyway, go to iTunes and download some of his music there. Heist Click. And so what do you have for us, Frank? I hate that we had to get to the end.
I don't mean to sound preachy with anything that I've done tonight. I was just excited, had a lot of coffee, partaked in a little greenery before the show. But I just want to tell everyone, it's not about just take what you hear, take what you need, and go find your own truth. You could find this stuff a lot easier if you do it yourself and become your own shaman. A real shaman will help you along the way. Remember to help others, love others. It's not difficult, and I'll show you exactly what I mean by saying before I leave that I love every single last one of you.
Oh, I love you, and I can't wait to see you on the ether.
That's
right. I'm going to try to connect with you.
That would be sweet.
Okay, yeah, so look for me next
I'm
time.
look forward to that. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much for having me.
I hope you recognize me. I'm much thinner in my etherical body. Just
I'm
so
a lot
you know.
taller as well.
All right. Hey, Frank, so much. I thank you so much. And we'll be in contact. I want to get you on again. For
Yeah,
sure.
we'll keep in touch, brother. Thank you.
That's Mr. Freeze. Thank you so much, brother.
All right. Bye-bye.
We'll see you.
Bye-bye.
Awesome. So I'm really, really good.
Oh my
good
gosh,
interview.
that's so exciting.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
I
but
mean, there was just, it's hard to get it all in.
I know, but you know, we did get it in, and wow, we still have time for all.
We still
the
have
other
time.
little-
We've got
little things
some.
that
We have
on our show.
some. Somebody who wants to know.
I feel refreshed though after listening to Mr. Castle.
I feel
a lot of the stuff
sane.
That you know,
I take a lot of crap for what I do for a living.
There you go.
And I feel great. Thank you. Thank you, Frank.
All right.
All right. So let's see here. We have, let's call and talk to, did you want to play a song first? Or we're just going to connect her.
Yeah, we can just connect so we
Okay.
can just get right on into
we're
it.
gonna-
We don't
we're
have
gonna
to
talk
wait for
to
the song
Lauren.
end. So yeah, we've got a couple of people that were listening to the show and enjoying the show as well, and actually had some questions and for our resident psychic. So
sweet.
Indeed.
Are we got her? Are we?
We are
muted?
ready. There we go. We're calling right now. This
Yeah.
is now.
I mean, you
tell
know,
tell
there's
us a
no
little
better
bit
way.
about this
I'm a
person
beginner.
and why.
Poor Steve.
There we go.
Hi, is this Amanda?
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm going to hand you over to Lauren. She's the one with the question.
Okay, awesome. So good to hear from you. How was it? Were you listening to the show?
Yeah, we were watching.
Sweet. Oh, good. Yay.
All right.
Thank God
Hi,
it's ready.
Gina.
Hi, Lauren. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm glad you were listening. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm
For
really
watching.
excited. I used to come get readings from you at ISIS all the time, so I'm excited you have a show.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
So what can I help you with today?
Well, I had a question. So I recently started my own business. I started a little retail store. It's a jewelry store. And I've been in business for almost 9 months, and it's been decent. It's definitely been a huge challenge. And I just wanted to know kind of what's in store financially for us in the next year, if I'm going down the right path, if there's anything that I should be doing, if I'm not doing enough, if I need to let go of some things, just kind of general what's next.
Okay, well, the one thing I was, do you like scrapbook or something? I saw you with all these like pieces of intricately cut papers, like die cast things and glue. Or is that something that you're doing?
Not really. I mean, I make jewelry. I'm not really a scrapbooker, like crafty person. I was writing on a lot of Post-it notes the other day, but I'm definitely a note taker. But I mean, yeah, we're more kind of like we do, like I do like make jewelry. That's about as crafty as I can think.
Okay. So
definitely
then
not
what I'm going to take from what I saw then, because it was so clear, I could almost like smell the glue, is that right now you're just putting things together. Okay. So it's so the way I was feeling when I saw that was, I think you're trying to go too fast. Okay, so so my answer to you actually is don't move forward or do anything. Let what you have stick.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay, well that's kind of a relief. Yeah, because I'm really trying to scramble and like market and go nuts, but I don't really have a ton of money to work with. So sometimes I feel like it's like just building it and they will come isn't enough.
Well, and of course you can always advertise with the show because your business will skyrocket.
Yay,
Gosh, that doesn't sound a little self-serving, right? My producer here shoots me a note.
Yeah.
That was my.
No,
that was my
it freezes all over that. Okay, so but I think you're trying to move too fast, and that you really aren't getting the traction that you need because it's too long. And I'm reminded. I think I may have. I'm getting that I told you this before, which is that all the logic that you're using to build your business, you don't necessarily need that. So when you were saying that you didn't have the money, I was definitely hearing from your money that it's preventing you from doing something that is needless.
Okay, yeah, because I definitely feel like I should be like throwing more money into inventory and doing all this stuff, but maybe just cool out and just breathe a little.
Do that. Throw the money into what it actually is that you're doing. I'll tell you, the advertising, I feel like for you will come along. So don't forget about that creative aspect that really is the glue to your business.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think good things. Don't borrow any money.
Don't borrow any money.
Do not borrow any money.
Wasn't planning on it, so that's a good thing. So, do you think it's the right path? Like I'm doing the right thing? Do you see like success for it? Do you see it's like I should probably do another venture and like let it die if it needs to die?
I wouldn't let it die. I mean, of course, but that with all that withstanding, if you need to get a J job, do that. But I'm just
That's
not
funny. I just did.
Did you? Okay. But I mean, what we do from, 9 to 5 in order to pay our bills is not our life. Donald Trump, I don't know if anybody heard, he had just said this, that running for president, he just decided to give up some golf and to quit watching so much sports. And now he's got time to run a campaign. So honestly, so any choices that you've already made, because I'm not seeing anything, that you could give up. I can see some stress about a romantic relationship. Just focus on your craft.
Okay.
How about this?
Yeah,
give me 35 days of just focusing and not trying to move ahead and see what happens.
Okay. I can do that. For sure.
All right. Did you have another very quick question? Because we're out of time.
Okay. I guess the only question was, I think, so like, is it a wise investment then? What I've invested in, like, I feel like I'm on the right path. Like this is what I really want to do. Do you see that as like a good path for me?
Well, yeah, I think that's kind of an illusion of choice. I don't think you can stop doing what you're doing because I think you're channeling these things that you're doing. That I think I was hearing the word artifacts. So I think your work is going to be here long after you're gone. Really focus on it.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Okay. Hey, thank you, Lauren. And call us next week. Keep tuning into the show. And send me a text about your business and we'll talk to you.
Okay. All right.
There you go.
All right. Bye. Thanks, Mandy. Okay, there we go. And we got one more here. Let's see.
And we are on fire with the questions today, huh?
All right. Well, I'm supposed to text Sean.
Okay, well that's all right. And yeah, indeed, we almost forgot about our
we can't forget about our gal.
Run. Indeed. So,
our weekly silver gal.
I think you're doing pretty good. I'm almost ready to throw some money into the silver market myself and
3 years, I think. Well, let's ask her. She never wants to participate. She just wants her information.
Hello.
Hey, girl. Sorry I didn't text you earlier.
Oh, that's okay.
It's getting hairy, my friend. Okay, so and we're trying to kind of catch up the viewers here. How long? So we're going to ask you the same questions I always ask you. So how long have we been consulting?
I don't know, 3 years or so. I'm not sure.
Okay, and generally, what's the information that you're looking for? How do you track the information to use it? Generally, I know it's proprietary information.
Like dates, numbers, and then I go with what I do research, and I kind of look for common places.
Mm-hmm. And doing pretty good so far, right?
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's getting exciting.
Getting exciting. Well, good.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. And how long ago was it that you quit your job? Your day job?
Oh, people ask me those. I don't remember. Like the main, one, I want to say 05 or 06. I don't remember.
Sweet. Okay. So what do you want to know, friend?
Okay. So next week.
This is hard to do on the radio, Sean. I'm having to get, a little bit. I'm having to get used to it. All right, go ahead though.
Okay, so next week between October 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, or 23rd, what day will SLV sell for the highest price?
Okay.
Today it sold between $15.30 to $15.45.
And I'm sorry.
So it's pretty up.
What were the dates?
Oh, next week.
Say it a little bit. Say it a little bit slower.
Oh, the 19th, the 20th, the 21st, the 22nd, or the 23rd.
What day will it sell for the highest? Gosh, I'm going to say Thursday, but I really hope it's Wednesday. But I'm going to say Thursday.
The 22nd?
The 22nd at 11:40 Eastern Standard Time.
And do you know how high?
Okay, so, I mean.
You know how high?
$14.90.
Oh, okay. So I should probably buy it then this week.
Well, I don't know about that.
That's
too much. That's too much for me to keep in my head. Will it be higher this week than next week? I think you've pretty much tapped out for the week. I think you're next.
This week?
I think so. I think you have. I think there's a shot. Friday afternoon is going to be the last time you're going to see prices, as high as they are. But for some reason, I want to say between 1:30 and 2:15 on Friday is going to be.
And
go ahead.
And that's going to be like up towards like the 15:30 to 15:45, or not quite that.
I'm going to
high?
say it's this pretty much. This is what you're seeing. So I'd say, is it 0.5 or is it 0.05 or 0.5 or whatever? I mean, I think you're within 5 points of whatever it is you're at now. I don't think it's going to go much beyond, I don't know, add 0.5 to whatever number it is that you just gave me. I don't think it's going to go above that this week. That's what I'm hearing.
Okay.
And then next
Meaning
week.
not above what it did today.
Within 0.5.
Okay. And then I got a crazy question. Will Facebook go way down in price October 26th to 27th?
No, I think it'll be lower the 25th. I have always said I thought Facebook was fabulous.
Okay.
I think Facebook is fabulous, and I have no idea why. Yes, I do. Yes, I do see it going way down, and I'm not sure what's all.
I mean, the end of the month though, on the 26th or 27th.
I'd buy it on the 27th.
I mean, will it be really low that day?
I don't know, really low. No, I think Facebook hasn't gone as low as it's going to go.
So will it only be like a 10 point? Like 10 points down, or 20 points?
I was going to say 12. But I thought that was actually what it was at. I don't know. So I got 12. All right. Well, Sean, I got to let you go.
Okay.
Let me know. Thanks. Keep us posted. We're all on pins and needles, hoping you can make your house payment, friend. All right. Welcome to Best. Okay. We'll talk to you next week, Sean. Best Denver Psychic. You heard it here, folks. I can't say enough about how excited we are to be on Salty Talk Radio. Listen to Salty at saltytalk.com. Catch our friend Wayne on the Chocolate Drop there. Also, you can catch him on Raz Radio, and for sure, listen to the Frieza Block tomorrow night, Thursday at 5 o'clock. And we'll see you next week.
Straight money.
Straight yo.
Money. All right, man.
I love it.
Yes, indeed. So, yes, here's our regular song.
All right.
We just had to close that.
We got to close out with that.
Indeed. So, yes.
Don't give your power to the tools. The power's inside you. Frank Castle said it was so.
Yes, thank you so much, Frank, for being on the show. And
love you, baby.
We'll catch you next week, and we're going to have a great show again next week. Hope everybody enjoyed tonight's show. And again,
thanks.
Give
Best Denver Psychic. Hey, don't give your power to the tools. The power's inside you, my friend.
All right.
We'll see you next week. Best Denver Psychic, Frieza Block Radio Network.
Bye-bye.
Written on my brow, and there's nothing I can do about it now. I've got a wild and restless spirit. I've held my price through every deed. I've seen the fire of a woman scorn turn her heart of gold to steel. I've got the song of the voice inside me, set to the rhythm of the wheel. And I've been dreaming like a child since the cradle broke